Continuing our reading in Abraham Hannibal and the Raiders of the Sands by Francis Summers Cox. Today is chapter 16, and it's called Home Again, dated March to July, the year 1703. The next months passed in a kind of mad nightmare. It turned out that Dr. Poncet, who had come to Ethiopia from Egypt along the Nile, was going back the other way up the Red Sea from the seaport of Massawa. On his way north to Massawa, he would be passing right through Abraham's home of Debarwa, but he wasn't ready to go yet. The horses and the elephant and the other noble children still hadn't been arranged, and a man called Marud, who was going to be the emperor's special messenger to King Louis, wasn't ready yet. Abraham and his father had the same idea. They begged the emperor that Abraham should go ahead with his father and wait for Poncet in Debarwa, since that way he would be able to spend longer at home before the final farewell. And so fares the Lord of the Sea, his son, his warriors, his mules, his donkeys, and his donkey drivers, all made their way back down the mountains, across the terrible river, through the Queen of Sheba's country, and its church of Our Lady of Zion, and the mysterious obelisks, and across the long plain with the nightmare peaks, and so back home to Debarwa. Abraham's brothers were brought back from their mountaintop, their punishment over, and life continued, on the surface, quite as normal. But Abraham and Lehiah had a secret. As soon as he told her the news, she said quietly but firmly, "I'm coming with you. I'll ask the Frankish doctor as soon as he arrives." "But what about mother and father? How can you leave them?" "I've got a choice, and I've made it. You know what I feel. I want to do something badly enough, and I don't give up. You'll do it in the end." Nimrod knew their secret too. He had recognized Abraham, of course, even after 8 months or so, and it was quite a shock when this powerful young beast leaped up to greet him by licking his face. He wasn't nearly full grown yet, but he certainly wasn't just a cuddly little bundle of golden fur anymore. The evening after Lehiah told Abraham of her decision, he sat down in the half dark of the courtyard next to Nimrod, put his arm around his shoulders, and rubbed him under his chin the way he loved. "We're going to leave you behind, Nimrod," he whispered. "Lehiah and I are going to leave you. We have to go to a cold land far away, and we can't take you with us. Don't think badly of us, Nimrod. We won't ever forget you, ever. You're the best lion in the world. Mother will look after you, I promise." And Nimrod nuzzled Abraham's chin and growled back at him, but gently. If Lehiah's secret plan was some consolation, the attitude of his two least favorite stepmothers drove him wild. But, as usual, there was no one he dared tell except Lehiah and Nimrod. Whenever they had the chance, it was, "You must feel honored to be selected for such an important mission, Abraham." Or, "Are you feeling excited yet? The Frankish doctor will be here soon." In fact, Dr. Poncet didn't arrive until the middle of July, with the 9 other children, 5 girls and 4 boys, after an especially tricky journey through the rains. The poor young elephant had died on the way, and Murad, the emperor's special messenger, was still coming on the horses. Lehiah lost no time. "Let's go and ask the doctor now." Poncet beamed cheerfully as Abraham explained their request to him. "Why not? 1 girl more in our company of 10? Why not? It's better you should have your loved ones with you and be happy." But then Poncet blew the whole plan. He mentioned it to Phares. The 2 children were called in front of his throne. Phares, the Lord of the Sea, was so angry that he wasn't even sitting on it, but walking up and down, occasionally thumping with his fly whisk. Makeda stood to one side, holding back her tears. "Who are you to decide who is sent by the emperor on a mission of honor? Who are you, girl, to decide that you can leave your mother childless? Will you not suffer enough at losing her son without losing you too? And how dare you speak to the Frank before speaking to your father. The worst thing was facing Makeda afterwards. She sat on the bed in the dark, but with a child on each side of her, her arms around them, and at last said, I can't blame you. The future belongs to the young, and your future is to be tougher. If you want this badly enough, I'll help you. And that's the end of chapter 16.